Last time I promised that I'd show you a completed gradebook with all the assignments already inputted and with some students in the class. So I'm going to use my macroeconomics course as an example here. I just logged in and we start on the home page here, and you want to go up again to your gradebook button in the toolbar in the upper right hand corner. Notice that we do have some students listed here, and we actually have their course points to date that have already been entered, and then their automatically calculated course average to date on the right side. In the upper left hand corner, I want you to notice that you're on the View Gradebook option. It defaults to this button right here, and that's what you see down here. You're viewing your gradebook. Now I'm going to show you how to enter grades into the gradebook, and there's a few different ways to do that. Some are easier than others, and some will be more efficient for you. I'm going to first start by showing you from the standard View Gradebook option. You can click on any student and you'll come up with a list of all the assignments that I've given this student. And it starts with week 1, 2, 3, and 4, and it just goes down through week 16. Now, how you actually enter a grade is by clicking on the blue link in the grade section here. This Chapter 2 quiz is set up as 2 dashes here, and what that means is the student hasn't actually taken this quiz yet. If you had them take the quiz online and they completed it, it would show up as an asterisk like right here, but most of you will probably be using paper assessment, so it'll look like the 2 dashes right here. So we'll click on that, and a separate window pops up here, and this is where you're going to be entering your grades. You've got the option for a numeric grade. You can type in, let's say, 9 out of 10. I've already set this to be worth 10 points. I would not use the letter grade option here because your points are actually going to tally their overall percentage grade, and by your syllabus your students should already know your grading system, whether it's 90 to 100 is an A, 80 to 89 is a B, that sort of thing. Putting a letter grade in here doesn't really hold any weight and doesn't really tell the student much. You'll see a text box below here, and what this is for is if you want to explain to the student why they received a grade that they did, or even insert a rubric here to tell them exactly where they lost points and why they lost points. You can do that right here, and then the students can go in to their gradebook and actually view that, whether it's a rubric or written text. And notice down at the bottom here that it says this exam has not been entered by the student, and we knew that going into this, but if they had taken the exam online, then you would actually see their exam down here, and it would give you a scroll bar to look through it. It'll show you what they answered, what they got right, what they got wrong, and right about here, so it'll tell you their overall grade, so you don't actually have to look through the quiz. You can just look at their overall grade, say it was 8 out of 10, and then you just go up here and type in 8 out of 10. I'm going to go ahead and delete this because the student hasn't taken this quiz, but if you had entered that grade, you can click Save and Close, and then the score would show up right here. Now let's go back to the gradebook again, where it shows all of the students instead of just this student right here. And you can do that very easily by clicking this little backlink right here. And here again we see all of our students listed, and you can go through and click on the next student and do the same thing, enter their assignment. But there's a much easier way to do this if you want to go through and enter every student's grade all at the same time, a much more efficient way. If you go up to Select Gradebook View, you'll notice that we're defaulting to grades to date, so that's what this view is. If you click on that, you can choose any number of units, which I have labeled as week 1, 2, 3, 4. These are actually units. You can choose the course home, and it'll just show you grades and assignments from those units. Now, if we go all the way down to the bottom and choose the Show All option, and then come up and click the Go button, now you'll see a much different view. So again, you have your students all on the left side here, but now their individual assignments are displayed for you by unit. If you have your assignments labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then they're actually going to show up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from left to right here. So it's a very easy way to keep tabs on where you're at. There's another benefit to it as well, and that's by being able to enter people's grades and then skip right to the next one. So let's say I'm grading the Chapter 2 quiz here, and we'll start with the first student. And so I've got a grade already for their assignment, and I'm going to plug that in here. Let's say it's a 10 out of 10. And if you look at the button options down here, you can save it. That'll keep this text box up. You can click Save and Close, and that will close this out and bring you back to the gradebook view. You can cancel if you made a mistake, but the best thing to do is click Save and Next. And what just happened there was that automatically we went from the first student in the list to the second student in the list, and you can go ahead and enter their grade right here and then click Save and Next and just continue on down the line until you've entered everybody's grades. So now that you know a couple of different ways to enter your grades, let me just show you a couple of other options you have here, and then we should be done with this video. If you look at the sort by option, you have only two options here. You can sort by last name or you can sort by first name. And if you want to sort by first name, you just click that option, click the Go button, and it'll sort your students by first name. This display option right here, it says display 40 rows per page. That's how many students you have on the left side. Clearly I don't have 40 students in this class, so it's just showing everybody that I have. And I can't imagine that you would have more than 40 students in a class, but if you have 50, you can enter 50 into this text box and click the Go button, and it'll show everybody on the same page. The last thing I want to show you is the gradebook key. If you look through this list, you'll see all of the icons that are used in eCompanion are explained. So anytime you don't know what anything is, just go ahead and look at the gradebook key right here, and it will tell you exactly what you're looking at.